range. And then you see this kind of huge jump as it goes down into the color region. So what you're looking at is, when you hear about the buzz of color, you talk about color, and we're doing color, but it's a subsegment of really what you see as the mass offering for a lot of PCs. Now the key thing about that color piece is it's extremely fragmented. So when we talk about this color trend and our focus on neutrality, our focus on timeless, we do want to start addressing the need for color, but when it's fragmented in that 5% or so range, it's very hard to make every color possible. So HP's focus has shifted a little bit, and that is to focus on color with meaning. And the key thing here is that HP, you see the Vivian Tam on the wall. HP's had a continuous focus. We're really the ones that brought it to the market. I mean, we brought HP Imprint to the industry, right? Working with our partnership with a company in Japan. It's been a win-win for HP and really the user, and the ability to have an expression both of color and pattern and all these things on the product. But the key thing here is that when you address color, it's best suited in a special edition kind of approach. And so whether it's a limited edition pink or a limited edition white, or in the case of Vivian Tam or future products, we're going to introduce color, but it's going to be done in a meaningful way where it has value. And again, when you talk to anybody, when you show them a Vivian Tam, I could do a red notebook, right? But the red notebook's not a Vivian Tam notebook, okay? So the whole point on when we worked with Vivian or we went to our design studios, we wanted to do a product that had meaning. So HP's focus on color is to provide meaning. So again, I just want to reiterate, the trend, there is the desire for color. We see women probably more suitable to desiring an expression, a personal expression. We see youth going that way, but at the end, it's still a very small segment. And HP's approach is, make it something meaningful, make it special. So another trend, and this is, we've kind of gone through the economic piece, the green piece, the influence of color. The last of the macro trends that we wanted to identify that you see in the products that we're talking about here, and we've done a little bit of a play on words, going spaces, okay? And I know that's kind of, it's probably bad because I've done it from a kind of an English mindset, and the translation doesn't always go. So let me kind of give you the idea of the combination of words. Going, so I'm going to go places, I'm on the go, I'm always going. That's the product that you take with you. There's a new place in the home, right? Genentech went through this morning talking about all the different places within the home that this PC or the lineup of PCs have meaning to, right? So the key thing is places are smaller, places are unique, places are different from the traditional study or back room that we put this very large PC. They're small, they're beautiful. They sit into the kitchen. They sit into the breakfast area. They sit into a lot of different areas of the home. And again, being mindful of just the different demographics around the world and our spaces. So when we say going places, we're talking about this reduction in size and the need for mobility.
Okay, so it's obviously we must be tired because we're actually moving ahead of schedule here, I think, and we're pretty good. Yeah, it's going much smoother than I expected it to go. What we'd like to do now is kind of talk about a little bit of the second half of the presentation, which is addressing our design goals. And when we talk about our design goals, these are just some of the high-level philosophy that we have around design at HP. And the reason it's easy for Stacy and I to do this together is because we do share a common set of ideals and a common set of design goals for each of our teams. Even though we have separate teams, at a higher level, we're looking at addressing design from an HP brand standpoint. And so what we would like to do during this part of the presentation is comment a little bit on classic forms, iconic form, talk about the rich materials that we use in the design of our products. You've heard a lot about that already this morning. Talk about small is big, just like this example here. Talk about the experience being made simple, simple experiences, how people use and interact with our products. So, as we move into that, I really like this slide because I think it kind of embodies a lot of the ideals that we look at from a high level of our design thinking around classic forms and iconic design. For those of you that are familiar with the architectural and design world, what you see here is really opposite ends of the spectrum, but yet very similar. Okay, the two pieces of furniture that you see there, a sofa by Le Corbusier and a lounge chair by Mies van der Rohe. Those two pieces of architectural furniture were designed in 1929 as part of the Bauhaus movement. Okay, those pieces, if you look at contemporary magazines and home interiors today, those pieces are as iconic today, even more so than they were in 1929. So that is an example of classic iconic design. And again, it's by no mistake that you see the use of black, subtle uses of chrome to define the structure of the product, very much like you heard Dennis describe in our products this morning. We've done the same thing with these products, of using the rich black finishes and then defining the form with subtle touches of chrome for the structure. And then on the right-hand side of this, I guess it would be your right-hand side of this product, you actually see a very contemporary design statement from Bang & Olufsen. This is BO 9000 CD or stereo system, and the beauty of this is, just like the pieces of furniture, it's a case of form following function. It's a beautiful piece of art, just hanging on the wall as it is, but it is engineered to work and to exude this feeling of quality and timelessness. So, as we look at how that affects HP and what this means to us from a PC business standpoint, if you take our desktop products, for instance, here you see the compact branded product that we're announcing today, as well as our high-end Elite 9000 product. This is not about price point. This is about offering value at those price points by simple, iconic design and form. So what you see on both of these products, very low-end opening price point product and very high-end high-performance product, you still see this approach of using simple lines, sweeping curves, and then using the finish to actually catch the reflection of the light and the environment around it, so this blends into your home environment. And the idea is, we no longer want to hide these products back in the back room. We want to bring these out into the mainstream home, because this is a part of people's lives. And you know, you see the same thing with the all-in-one product here. This is a product that people want to gather around. This is not something to hide away. So we're looking for that timeless quality of the form and the design here.
So the new ProBook that just recently launched, Wei Kun, she went through a lot of the details on the value of the product, the specs of the product, the details of the product, the rationale of the design. The key thing that Randall went through and talking about is really built into this product. The classic form. When the design problem came to the design group, it was, we want to focus on kind of this newer segment, this kind of entry price point, if you will, in the business sector. Now, how do we really address that? Because if you look at the sea of products that are out there, it's almost a sea of kind of just bad. And we really want to put quite a bit of value into this product. And so we took in the attributes that you saw in our Elite book, in the sense of the simple lines, the Bauhaus elements, the classic form. We brought it down to this entry price point. Now, it's a different shift of metals. I mean, we don't have the brushed aluminum skins, but what we've done is rewarded the customer with these luxurious, high gloss panels. We have these nice, beautiful matte surfaces that kind of help